Another year and another little lady's day comes around. Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to the Sanctuary. I'm your host, Nick X, aka Chris Valentine. Alongside me are Arya Stormborn.
Hello.
Lord Fyrax.
Hello, hello.
Horlash. Kota Ifrit.
Am I really here, though? Am I?
You are. And Gerald Spence.
Howdy.
So, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV Online, and today we are doing the Little Ladies Day event, which started a day ago at the time of this recording. So Little Ladies Day is our pretty much annual spring event. For those of you who don't know, and there's actually an interesting bit of lore behind it, that normally I would share, but we are kind of running out of time. So if you want to hear the
Ma?
hold on. Okay. Sorry, got distracted by a weird beeping noise that I'm gonna have to address later. So if you want to hear the lore of the, feel free to ask me when we're not streaming. Anyway, we're gonna get right down to it and talk to the Royal Seneschal and complete the level 15 quest, A Princely Persona. Ah, Chris, how wonderful to have such a reliable helper on hand. As you've no doubt noticed, the Little Ladies Day festivities are upon us once more. By the way, I must ask, you know of the Songbirds, do you not? How silly of me, of course you do! That trio of princess-styled entertainers were relative unknowns when they first took to the stage, but they've since become a Little Ladies Day staple. Now, we hope to introduce another such sensation, but this time the singer will be butler-themed. I've titled this new act the Seneschal Prince, a royal among servants, and loyal servant to his princess. The prince in question is scheduled to debut in the upcoming festival performance, but 'twould seem our chosen star is yet to return from picking up his costume. Though there is ample time ere the show begins, his prolonged absence is a source of concern, to say the least. If only I were not so preoccupied with preparations. Would you mind looking in on him for me? Pico is his name, and he was meant to be speaking with a designer at Estame's Aesthetics. All right, we are off to the Goldsmiths Guild. Gerald, you don't have all the Aetherites in Ul'dah, do you?
Probably not.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do instead. We are gonna take the long way, or at least a fairly short way.
Is it the long way or the short way?
By
the
comparison,
medium
it's
way.
still, yeah, it's fairly short, all things considered. All right, let's make sure those of us who haven't yet attuned to this Aetherite. And then we'll head up the stairs. Here we are at Estame's Aesthetics. We're missing an Aria.
There's an Aria gotten lost.
Arya is going the shortcut way.
All right, take the Ethernet to the Goldsmiths Guild then.
I know.
Here she comes. All right, let's talk to Pico. I don't know. It has to shine with a sharp, frozen brilliance, like a blizzard slicing through the darkest night. And it should dazzle like a searing flame, threatening to burn your fingers at the merest touch. Doesn't that sound amazing? Wait, which do you want? A freezing blizzard or a burning flame? Oh, maybe you can help. How can we create a silvery costume that melts into chaotic darkness? Should I give up on the shiny element? Chris, how lovely to see you, darling. Why, we haven't spoken since you helped me snatch victory in the walk-off. What brings you to Estames? Here at the Royal Seneschal's bidding, you say? Well, I could certainly use some guidance with this costuming conundrum. The costume itself is largely complete. I simply wanted to add the finishing flair in accordance with the prince's wishes, but I'm struggling to envision the image he's trying to convey. Well, there are just so many dimensions to looking dashing. How can one narrow the options down to a single idea? Forgive me, darlings, but I've other projects to attend to. Would you mind coming back once you've helped the lad decide on a more definitive direction? This is not going well. I couldn't ask for a better opportunity, and here I am ruining my own debut. It was Chris, yes? I am sorry to drag you into this dilemma of mine. Of all those who auditioned, they chose me to be the Seneschal Prince. My job now is to become a star performer, and creating a dashing and princely persona seemed the best way to achieve that. So I did my research into the subject, delving into books about the most gallant individuals, how they act, how they dress, that sort of thing. But when I tried to explain, it all came out a jumbled mess. What makes the Seneschal Prince a prince among seneschals? Come to think of it, what exactly is a seneschal anyway? Perhaps you should have researched that instead. You may be right. I've been approaching this from entirely the wrong angle. But at least now one thing is clear. I must learn the ways of a seneschal if I'm to be the best seneschal prince I can be. You seem a knowledgeable sort. Left to my own devices, I fear wasting time on the wrong thing again. Will you help me with my research? Huzzah! Then first things first, I say we speak with a wide variety of townsfolk and learn what the general public expects of a seneschal. Let's split up that we might gather as many opinions as possible. I'll leave the steps of Thal to you, and we can meet at the Gold Court afterwards. And he's off. Alright, how to go about this? Okay, I know how to go about this. Alright, those of you who have Ethernet can take it at your leisure. I'm gonna guide Gerald a little bit so he can also attune to Ethernet shards as we go by. Did you already get this one, Gerald?
I think. No, I did not.
So that's the Goldsmiths Guild.
Which one were we going to?
Well, we're gonna start with the one at the quest marker at the Weavers Guild, but we're getting Gerald some of his Ethernet shards from here.
No worries, I just want to make sure I'm going to the right place.
This is the Miners Guild. Hi, Martin. Bye, Martin.
I just had a direct X arrow, so carry on.
Ooh, what scythe is that? Oh, it's the blue spirit sickle. I like that one. Yeah, it's
Very
all right.
bright.
I still like my death scythe a little better. All right, let's start with the well-dressed noblewoman. A seneschal? Why, yes, of course. I have one in my employ. The accomplished ones foresee what must be done and act without need for instruction. Those who stand around awaiting orders have no business taking the position. Where'd Arya go?
I had a direct X error and it closed on me.
Ah, because you updated your driver.
Maybe. I don't know. But carry on.
Yep. Carrying on.
Where's the next one?
The next one, take to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Which Gerald will attune to right now. Bam. Now we'll come over here to this bargain hunter.
Same.
That word ever puts me in mind of the first royal seneschal himself, Sultan Baldric. It is said that every year one girl was chosen from the townspeople by lot, and he would attend to that lucky lass as her personal servant for the entire day. The festival is no longer about choosing a single princess, of course, but oh, how I still daydream about having an attentive seneschal at my beck and call. As a child, whenever Little Ladies' Day came around, I would always hold out hope that this would be the year I was chosen. So, yeah, for Gerald and Coteries' sake, that was a little bit of a reference to the lore of Little Ladies' Day and the tale of the Little Lady.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
fine, because what they said made really no sense to me.
So,
That's the problem with these events is that they build on each other.
Yeah. And the resting server. My impressions of a seneschal? Well, they strike me as people who excel at preparations. Performing tasks to a demanding lord or lady's satisfaction hinges upon their ability to think ahead, to plan events to perfection. My work as a server at the Quickstand is similar in some respects. We have a special Little Ladies' Day menu on offer this year, and I have everything memorized. The ingredients, the presentation, the flavors, down to the smallest detail. Everything from the main course to the beverages and desserts will be perfect. Above and beyond one's prescribed duties, a server's mission is to ensure as many happy customers as possible. All right, so I should probably expound I should probably expound on the tale at the risk of padding out this episode a little bit.
Well,
Take the path to the Steps of Thal, by the way. So, Little Ladies' Day is based on the legend of the Lost Lady. In Eorzean lore, the story goes as follows. 3 centuries past, the city-state of Ul'dah was ruled by an iron-fisted sultan by the name of Baldric Thorn. He was a man feared across the region for his quick temper and his even swifter justice. Perhaps as a punishment for his compassionless ways, the 12 saw fit to bless this sultan with but a single daughter by the name of Edvia, whom the sultan loved more than anything. And it was this love that drove Baldric to take measures that would ensure that no harm ever befell the princess, including her confinement to the royal palace and the assignment of a retinue of over 50 handmaidens and seneschals. Well, as the princess grew older, a longing desire to explore the unknown land that lay beyond the palace walls tugged at her soul, until one day, in a devilish display of wit, she switched clothes with a miller girl who had come to the palace with her mother to deliver flour to the kitchens. So once Edvia had exchanged her gown and tiara for the soiled rags of a commoner, it proved little trouble to pass unnoticed through her legion of servants and slip out into the city for a day of wicked fun. Unfortunately, it didn't take long for the palace to realize that something was wrong, and upon discovering that his only daughter was missing, the Sultan, overcome with rage of course, immediately ordered the Sultanate's entire standing army to scour the city until they had found her. As for the royal imposter, thinking that Edvia may have been kidnapped by the girl's mother, the Sultan ordered the miller's house torn apart, her family arrested, tortured, and thrown into the royal oubliette. Well, as luck would have it, the princess hadn't wandered far from the palace and was discovered in a nearby market by her father's men. So once back in the safety of the palace, Edvia revealed the whole ruse to her father, explaining that she had conjured it on her own and begged that he show mercy to the miller's family. Upon realizing that the atrocities committed to the miller girl and her family were without warrant, he had the family released from the oubliette and summoned to the royal audience chamber. Here, not only did he personally apologize to the family and order the royal architects to design and build them a new home, but in a move most unexpected for Sultan Baldric Thorn at the time, he himself offered to serve as the daughter's seneschal for a full day, saying that no woman, regardless of her standing, should be denied the respect due all citizens of the Sultanate, that all girls, common or noble, are ladies in their own right. So, rumors of this unforeseen display of humility were quick to spread throughout Ul'dah, and ultimately proved to be extremely well received amongst the small folk who, until then, had perceived their leader as little more than a heartless despot. So well received were they, in fact, that the Sultan declared one day from each solar year on which he would select via lots a common girl from the city and serve as her personal seneschal, as he did with the miller's daughter. But yeah, that's the story. Oh, I went the wrong way, distracted by this.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting.
We were supposed to meet in the Gold Court. And Gerald is already here. Good.
Yep.
All right, let's talk to Pico. Oh, guess what, Chris? I was asking about seneschals in Pearl Lane, and a merchant offered me an amazing bargain. He showed me a rare urn of incalculable worth, but even with the heavily discounted price, was far more coin than I could afford. Come to think of it, what do urns have to do with seneschals anyway? Could it be that you're a little too trusting? Oh. Was I on the wrong track yet again? I could have sworn. I see. So a seneschal is someone who serves others, someone who anticipates what needs to be done and prepares for those tasks in advance. In my case, then, I should be a seneschal who serves his fans? Yes, when I put it like that, it just feels right. I should be thinking of ways I can make the crowds happy. And that's exactly what I'll do. Now, if you could stick around a while longer, I'd appreciate some help in becoming the best seneschal I can be. Yeah, good luck with this, buddy. All right, let's continue. I am to don the mantle of the seneschal prince. Yet while I've grasped a clear picture of the theme, I must needs think of how best to embody the manner. A seneschal exists to serve, to ensure happiness and satisfaction, which incidentally is how this all began for me. I once knew a girl, years ago. She was my childhood friend, my cherished princess. But alas, she was born with a terrible ailment. She could not rise from bed, let alone leave the house, and thus I took it upon myself to bring the outside world to her. I acted out all sorts of tales. A hero saga, a jester at court. If she wished to hear of it, if it would but make her smile, I would assume any role under the sky. One fateful day, I happened to see a songstress in town. She dazzled the audience and the elated looks upon their faces. I had to rush back to my princess's bedside to share the experience. I sang and danced my heart out for my audience of one. A performance for her and her alone. Oh, how her eyes lit up. Her happiness was everything I ever wanted. It spurred me to practice day and night, and as I did, I began to feel I truly was a famous performer. Then, all too soon, did Thal call her to his somber halls. Ever since, I've dreamed of making a big name for myself as a singer. If I could perform upon some grand stage, then perhaps my voice would rise up and reach her ears once more. That is why I auditioned for the role of the Seneschal Prince, and why I leapt for joy when I heard that I'd been chosen. Yet even though I began all this for her, it has become every bit my own dream as well. I yearn to sing as that songstress did, and stir the hearts of the crowds. Thank you for listening, Chris. Talking to someone helps to put my thoughts in order. Right, back to the task at hand. Once I've settled on how to best serve my audience, then I should have all the specifics Maribel needs to finish the costume. Let's head over to the Little Ladies' Day stage, shall we? With the better part of the preparations finished, it's likely begun to draw a crowd. The sight might inspire some ideas for my Seneschal debut. One can only hope, right? All right. Down the Ruby Road Exchange. There's the lad. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Do it. The stagehand seems swamped with last-moment adjustments, and you can see the fans have already begun to gather. If I'm to decide how to act as the Seneschal Prince, then it's now or never. Let's see what clues the scene has to offer us. All right, let's start with the Royal Seneschal. Yes, of course. If we're speaking of Seneschals, we should look no further than the Royal Seneschal himself. Such a courteous demeanor, and so precise in his movement. Now that I think on it, no matter the work we do together, he is never less than thorough with his preparations. And I imagine he would be more than willing to help us implement any new plan we might propose. The Songbirds fans. See there? A particularly eager Songbirds fan, come early to ensure front row experience, no doubt. Rather too early, in fact. My act is first on the program, so he'll be in for quite a long wait before his idols take the stage. Can we make him more comfortable? Yes, of course. He must be exhausted from standing there all this time. The least I can do is make him more comfortable for the duration of my performance. The Quicksand employee. Ah, an employee of the Quicksand. Did they not mention offering some exclusive menu over the course of Little Lady's Day? Beverage and dessert included. Knowing such a thing is only available during the festival makes it all the more tempting, doesn't it? I wonder if they'd be willing to bring out a light meal for the audience. Not only would it benefit the fans, but it would also be an excellent promotion for the Quicksand itself. I've been thinking, Chris. There is no rule which demands people must stand to cheer and enjoy a performance, is there? Why not have the Quicksand deliver some light refreshments, Little Ladies' Day themed, of course, and aim for a more relaxed experience? I mean, it's hardly a novel concept. One often orders a meal while taking in a play, or has a flagon in hand while the minstrel strums his lute in the tavern. We would simply encourage the same idea. Naturally, I shall rouse the crowd with song and dance, but this will help define the seneschal side of my stage character. The act is finally coming together. As the seneschal prince, I shall both serve and entertain. Come, there's not a moment to lose. I must first consult with the royal seneschal, and then hurry off to make my request to Mistress Momodi at the Quicksand. But I must also inform Maribel of my costuming decisions. Ugh! There's no time! Let's divide the tasks between us. You would do that for me? Oh, thank you, Chris! I would be most grateful if you could explain the costume concept to Maribel for me. You truly are my savior. I give you my word the show will be a great success. Please do be sure to attend. All right. Back to that is a mouthful. Esteem's aesthetics. I swear I can talk.
Are you sure?
No.
I doubt it.
All right, we will go by way of the Goldsmith's Guild. All right, we got a Gerald. Where's Coterie?
Probably lost. I'm in the gold court.
Okay, yep. Okay, you're going the right way. Hey, you got here without me having to guide you.
Hey!
Hey!
Yay!
We're just missing an aria.
I'm at the stage playing catch up.
What?
She's playing catch up, continue without her.
Ah, okay.
No offense.
Chris, darling! How fares our princely seneschal? So, the show will feature a healthy dash of hospitality, eh? Sounds fabulous! A singer with a seneschal's poise and a prince's style? Yes, darling, I know exactly what this costume needs. Leave it to me! Please, let the royal seneschal know that I'll have the outfit ready in time for the performance. All right, back to Ruby Road Exchange. To Etherite Plaza.
Really? You want to work for me?
All right, we're here comes coterie. Good to ya. I think I see coterie in the distance. Yep. All right, let's talk to the Royal Seneschal. Thank you for lending a hand to young Pico. 'Tis good to know the issue with his costume has been resolved. As I mentioned, the Seneschal Prince is to be the main new attraction for this year's Little Ladies' Day, and Pico himself is to give the show's opening address. I cannot imagine how events might have unfolded without your assistance. You will stay and watch his performance, yes? No, because obviously I haven't invested time and energy into this to, not watch it. I've been standing for so long, my feet have fallen asleep. But at least the show is about to begin. It should be starting any moment now. The first act is the debut performance for a new singer, isn't it? The Seneschal, Prince? What would a Prince of Seneschals be like anyway? I have no idea what to expect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Little Ladies' Day performance. I am Pico, the Seneschal Prince, and I shall be your guide to an ephemeral world of wonder. I imagine you are all weary from the wait. Though it be but a trifle, we have taken the liberty of arranging for refreshments. A special festival menu prepared by our friends at the Quicksand. Peach-infused tea accompanied by a selection of spring-inspired sweets. We invite you to enjoy these delights while you enjoy the show. That's for us? Thank the gods, I was so thirsty! Oh, that new menu has been on my mind all day. What a lovely gesture. I am overjoyed to see you thus pleased. Should this repast meet with your approval, pray consider a visit to the Quicksand following the show. But with that said, I must ask that you keep all eyes on me. Without your full attention, I am wont to grow jealous. Fair princesses, won't you step closer? I promise it shall be a princely performance to remember. Settle in, my dear audience, and enjoy the spectacle of the Seneschal Prince. He not only entertains with song and dance, but also captures the crowd's hearts with warm hospitality. A wonderful display. Not bad. It seems we have quite a show to follow. And the songbirds will deliver. We'll take the stage by storm and build this excitement to a raging crescendo. I'd say all's well that ends well, don't you think?
Sure seems that way.
He reminds me of Kato.
What's that?
Kato. Kato. Kato.
Kato?
Kato. Yeah.
Kato? Eh?
Vocaloid.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not well versed in Vocaloid, unfortunately. Let's talk to Pico. Chris, thank you for coming to my performance. It was all so magical. To see such enjoyment on each face in the crowd was an indescribable feeling. And did you see how they responded to the touches of hospitality? The Quicksand server even came over to thank me for how quickly word spread about their festival menu. What a stunning debut by the Seneschal Prince. We've already been swamped with demands to know when you will be performing next. In fact, I'm thinking of setting up an encore performance while the festival is still ongoing. Is that so? Well then, I shan't disappoint my fans. I wonder if my dear friend was watching me too, from Thal's distant halls. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. For as long as I have the privilege of standing on that stage, I mean to spend every moment delighting all who attend. Ah, I almost forgot. I had Maribel craft you a matching costume. I was not alone up there in the front of the crowd. I felt you standing beside me, as you have been every step of the way. Given your part in all this, you are every bit a Seneschal Prince yourself. So please, do me the honor of accepting this gift. Tis the least I can offer for your patient assistance. Now, I must be off to prepare for my next appearance. I too offer my sincerest gratitude for elevating our celebrations to ever great heights. The Little Ladies' Day festivities have only just begun, but I suggest you go and enjoy them while they last. And another Little Ladies' Day in the books. With it, we've gotten the achievement, I Want to Be Your Pop Star, and we've obtained the Seneschal Prince's attire, which we will come over here and don for just to show it off. This is like one of the few times that I will ever undon my usual eye patch. Where is it? Seneschal Prince's gloves, sort, trousers, and long boots. And hiding the blade for a quick minute. I gotta say, this doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, not bad.
Nope, I'm gonna wear it.
The bolo tie may be a bit much in my opinion, but especially considering I usually wear a necklace. And so does Fyrax as well.
Yep.
That necklace, the freaking what is it? The keep forgetting the name of it. The Wayfarer's necklace just works.
Oh yeah, I use it for basically everything.
Yeah. Same. But yeah, so the Little Ladies Day event lasts until, if I remember right, well,
I like it. It looks good.
Yeah. The Little Ladies Day
I was
lasts...
muted. I thought it was unmuted.
All good. The Little Ladies Day event lasts from now until March 17th at 7:59 a.m. So be sure to obtain your attire and complete the quest in the meantime. But for now, that's it for this particular episode of The Sanctuary. Thank you all for watching. We hope you all enjoyed the festivity. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch and you like the show and want to see more of it, click the follow button and stay tuned for more. If you're watching the video on YouTube and you like it, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more. Click here to watch all of the seasonal episodes we've recorded over the years, and click here to watch the next seasonal event when it comes out. Until then, we'll see you next time.